Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome back to our match reaction show. It's finished. Bayer Leverkusen nil, Borussia Dortmund 2. So the match, Bayer Leverkusen start well in each half, but then slowly Dortmund took over and then they won that and won that game just thanks to probably a tactical battle that was won by Terzic. I think he got his tactics spot on. He got his ideas across very well. It just looked like Bayer Leverkusen. They've been on a good run, by the way, 5 match winning streak that they had. So it just felt like they lacked a little bit of that quality and maybe a little bit of luck as well that you need in these sort of games. It just felt there was something missing. Gregor Kobel had a fantastic game. I know the headlines would be for Adeyemi, Bellingham, but I thought Kobel was really fantastic. He made a couple of very, very good saves right at the start of the game, to keep Dortmund in it. And after that, once they went up 2-0, he pulled off some good saves in the second half as well. For me, Kobel was the man of the match. As you can probably see in the caption, he is the man of the match for him because the saves that he pulled off are very good, and you need to be in it to win it. And I think if he hadn't made those saves, if Leverkusen had scored early, it could have been a very, very different game. I think that's very important. The two goals, though, I think Leverkusen will be very, very disappointed because both of them came from them giving the ball away. Now you could say Dortmund's pressing was really good, their counter press was very, very good, and it is, but you expect teams to be prepared for that, and you expect a team like Leverkusen who are trying to get into the European places to be wary of that, to be aware of that, and to make sure that they have an answer for that. They don't do that kind of mistake. To do it once is something that happens. To do it twice is probably unforgivable. I think and Alonso will need to look at that very, very closely. By the way, Xabi Alonso has become a manager now, hasn't he? But anyway, the first goal was again. I don't know what Andrich is thinking about that. He just loses the ball. It comes out to Wolf. Wolf very quickly, he passes it on to. Sorry about that. He passes that on to Bellingham. It's a great 1-2 between Bellingham and Brandt. I thought Bellingham had a really good game. He didn't have an assist. He didn't score a goal, but he had a really good game. He was pretty much the focal point of that midfield for Dortmund. What a player he is, and we'll talk about him more. It was a great 1-2, and then Brandt puts in a good cross, and then Halle does very well to dummy it. He realizes that he's probably not the best person to do, so he leaves it, and it comes out to Adeyemi, and Adeyemi has his first Bundesliga goal for Dortmund. It's a fantastic finish. And it's 1-0, and it's not. It was not against on a play, but he felt that Leverkusen probably would have been disappointed because he dominated the opening exchanges, didn't get the goal, and then Leverkusen possibly with one of the earliest chances they just score a goal, and that's good finishing, and it's 1-0. And then again, second half, same thing. Leverkusen come out quickly out of the blocks, probably got a couple of half chances they could have made more of. And then Dortmund break, and then they score again. Again, lose the ball. It goes out to a throw in. It's a beautiful sweeping pass by there from Bellingham, and that goal, I think, encapsulates what Bellingham is as a player. I think that's a nice little sweeping making pass, but he doesn't stop and admire. He keeps running into the box. That's a great cross from Wolf. And Tapsoba kind of gets between Bellingham and Halle, and he doesn't know what he's got to do. It's very difficult in those situations because you're trying to mark one player, but then you kind of then realize, oh, well, I've got to mark two now. And I don't think he was expecting the ball to come to him. I think he was expecting that maybe Bellingham would get something on it. It comes to him. He can't really adjust his feet in time. It's an own goal. It's sad. It's unfortunate. But the reality is that these things happen, and it's 2-0. And you just thought after that Dortmund were just kind of in game management mode. There were still a couple of chances that maybe Leverkusen could have made more of. I thought Musa Diaby had more than enough chances to get a goal for himself. Azmoun as well had a chance. So there were opportunities for Leverkusen. The fact that they weren't able to be clinical enough to finish them, and maybe it's because Wirtz is coming back from injury. I mean, Hosek has not played a lot, as well as Moon is just also coming back from injury. So there are players there that are kind of feeling their way back into match with them. But you have to give credit to Dortmund's defense as well. I think, especially after the saves that Kobel made, I think the defense kind of also did their job a little bit towards the end of the game when they were a little bit under pressure. They made sure they stayed strong, they stayed compact, and they saw the game out. I think what will please Terzic more than the two goals is the fact that they kept a clean sheet. Dortmund are known for being flaky defensively. So every time they keep a clean sheet, and that's a good thing for them to build on. So Terzic will be happy with that they didn't concede a silly goal towards the end or anything like that. They didn't put themselves under pressure. Just saw that game out and got the result. Which brings me to talk about, well, first of all, I mean, Sebastian Haller, what a fantastic story, and what a fantastic to see him coming back into the field. It really, had to have battled with cancer, and he's overcome that. Now he's back on the pitch. He's playing quite well as well. He played quite well today as well. It's going to take him a bit of time to get back up to rhythm, but he had another good game today, and it's really good to see him. Really heartening to see him back on the field, and wish him all the very best, and hope he has a great season, and a great career still. I think this is amazing and inspiring story. And then we got to talk about Jude Bellingham, don't we? Jude Bellingham. Again today I think this is kind of like his normal level of performances now. He's become that sort of player that you expect a 7 out of 10 every game. And I've always said this, it's not about who can put in, a 10 out of 10, a 9 out of 10. The great players, the really great players, are those for whom an average game is a 7 out of 10 game. That's great players. For most players, they probably have 6.5. For a great player, it's 7.5 out of 10. That's their average game, and that's what we want to see Bellingham do. He is a very complete midfielder. I mean, he's pretty good in the tackle. He's pretty good defending. He's very good, obviously, with the passing, and then he's a box-to-box midfielder. Like, he's very influential in the final third as well. So he's a very complete midfielder. And I'm sure he's going to leave Dortmund this summer. I don't think he will stay past this summer, which would be a big loss for Dortmund. I'm sure they'll find somebody else to replace him with. But I've said, if he wants to make money, he can go to the Premier League, and the Premier League is where the money is, and I'm sure that there are lots of I'm not sure that we know there's also clubs that are going to be interested in him: Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, probably. All these clubs are going to be, well, maybe not Arsenal that much, but definitely the first four. They'll definitely be interested in him. Newcastle might want him as well if they get in the Champions League. So there's going to be lots of clubs interested in him. So if he wants money, Premier League is where he's got to go. But if he wants to build a legacy, if he wants to be seen as one of the truly great players, I think Real Madrid is where he needs to go. I don't know if Real Madrid is interested in him. I'm sure there will be interest. I'm not sure how great that interest is going to be, but that's where you got to go if you really want. I mean, and I would like to see him go to Real Madrid, because it's been a while since an English player played at Madrid, and the fact is that you don't see a lot of English players playing abroad. Yeah, and it needs to be more for England to be competitive again at the international stage, which they are getting there. They need more players to be playing abroad, and that's why I feel like Bellingham, Kane, these guys need to go abroad rather than trying and staying at home. I know money is important as well. Obviously, it's something that's something we talk about all the time, but definitely something there. But anyway, that's this conversation for another day. But for a fantastic player, Bellingham is. What a fantastic player Kobel is. I mean, on commentary, they're saying that he commented this, and the Biden fella had high praise for him as well, and not flattering at all. I thought he had a very good game. As I said, Kobel's my man of the match, and I liked him. And hopefully he can give that stability in goal that I think Dortmund have been lacking for a really long time. They need a stable goalkeeper. I mean, people sometimes underestimate what the goalkeeper can do for a side, and I think having a good goalkeeper, a great goalkeeper, makes a big difference that people do not realize. So hope Kobel can become that player. Anyway, let me know what you thought about the game. Of course, share your thoughts. It's been a while since we've done a Bundesliga game review, so it's good to watch that. I don't get a chance often, so it's great to do that. And let me know if you liked it. Just smash the like if you enjoyed this video, and share your thoughts and comments, of course. And please do subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We appreciate your support. We want to keep doing this, and all of these things really help us in continuing this channel. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.